injections. I was taking people back to do pap smears. I was setting up pap smear trays. I was doing TB testing. I was doing strep throat testing. I was doing pregnancy tests. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Before we get this video started, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment if you want to leave a comment about whatever you want to leave a comment about. This video is, if you've seen by the title, is going to be pretty much like my story of becoming a medical assistant, or what a medical assistant is all about, specifically from my standpoint. So I wanted to go into the medical field, and I knew that I wanted to be a nurse eventually, but I wanted to get stepping stones into the medical field before I got my RN degree, and so I would be making a little bit more money than if I was just working like a regular job, if that makes sense. So I enrolled, I think it was in like 2017. Yes, January 2017 I started at college. Or maybe I shouldn't say the name. I don't know if I'm gonna get sued, so I blurred the name out because I don't want to get sued, but I basically went to this one very well-known accelerated program for medical assistants. This college in the accelerated program is about $14,322 for their tuition, and it is a 9-month program. So me and my best friend Summer started this program, and mind you, I just want to make this like a disclaimer. I was extremely scared of needles before going into this field, and I'm going to say this because I know a lot of people struggle with this, and you might be debating going to dental assisting or like vet assistant just because you are afraid of needles and you don't want to do that. But I am here to say that I was definitely afraid of needles, and I kind of just said whatever. And with my mindset, the things that I have to do, like that are scary, and I have to just jump into it basically. So I just allow myself to jump into it and just don't say no and just try it. So I just signed the paperwork, I did everything, I finalized everything, and it's like, you're in the class, you have to pass now. That's how I did it. So and it was not bad. Like, I am so glad honestly that I did it, because I faced my fears and I became one with it. But if you ask me now, like, what's really weird is I'm still scared of needles. But basically when I started at this college, it was good. You like, basically you learn how to take vitals, you do injections, like IM injections, which are your normal flu shot injections, subcutaneous, which is in the back, which is like a 45-degree angle. This one's a 90-degree angle. You do TB testing, which is normally done at like 10 to 15-degree angle. I mean, there's one more like gluteus, which is 90-degree, vastus lateralis, which is like your thigh, which is like where the babies get their injections, 90 degrees. Yeah, so you learn all of those things, blood pressure, BP, you do like strep throat testing, you draw blood, you have to track blood, you do everything. If you guys have ever been to the doctor, then your medical assistant is typically the one that comes in for the doctor. It's kind of like the doctor's assistant. It's a medical assistant, so it's like the doctor's assistant, and they do like all the work. So I went to this school, and me and my best friend unfortunately did not like the way that the school ran, how it was. It was just very gloomy, very hard to grasp the materials. So we ended up dropping out of that school and paying the tuition off still. And we enrolled in a different school, and we actually did really well at this school. This tuition I think was around $18,000 for one campus, and then we ended up switching to a different campus closer to my house, and the tuition went down to $15,000. I loved this school. So this school is actually Unitech College in Hayward. I'm just going to give them a little shout out because I loved it. It was amazing. The people were great. Like, everybody's super nice. I really recommend it to anybody. If you're thinking about becoming a medical assistant and you live in the Bay Area and you're thinking about Unitech, I definitely recommend Unitech. And yeah, you learned everything there. You learned blood glucose, poking your finger. I don't even know, there's so much stuff. Babies, measuring babies if you want to go to pediatrics. There's everything, and you can do your own research about it. So once I graduated, well, before you graduate, towards the end, you get on an externship, and some schools, it sets you up with an externship and helps you out with the externship, and I know some programs and things like that, you have to find an externship on your own. However, it wouldn't be that difficult. You just call the office, or, you know, Google your local medical assistant or doctor's office or pediatric or like whatever you want, and like center and just ask, you know, hey, are you hiring medical assistants? Or Indeed is a common search engine if you are looking for a job, and you put in your area or your zip code and it finds jobs near you for a medical assistant, and just call those offices and ask if you could do an externship at their site. My instructor personally gave me a person that she knew was going to give me a lot of hands-on skills, which I wanted. You can go to any doctor's office that you want. You choose kind of like the specialty that you want and things like that. Originally I wanted OBGYN, but she was afraid that they weren't going to be more hands-on like I would have liked. I went to the office, and at the time that I had went, somebody who was supposed to be working there had actually quit, and there's supposed to be 4 people, but there was 3 now, and 2 of them were front office, and I was only the back office person. So with the help of the front office person that I'm talking about, she would like help me, and I would do back office, and immediately I was rooming patients, and I wasn't doing injections immediately, but within like 2 weeks, I think they were allowing me to do injections. I was taking people back to do pap smears. I was setting up pap smear trays. I was doing TB testing. I was doing strep throat testing. I was doing pregnancy tests. I actually seen one. I did a pregnancy test, and it was positive, and she was excited, and I was excited because I love babies, and that was just a really fun experience. It was really fun with the staff that I loved them. It was a really good time, so I really liked my externship. And then after my externship, I stayed with them for a little while. She like hired me on, and then after that, when I left them and she no longer needed me, I got a job at a nephrology office, and I was working there for a long time. I loved the staff, I loved my coworkers, I loved everybody. Yeah, it was really fun. I really encourage anybody who wants to become a medical assistant to become a medical assistant. So my pay, when I was at the externship, you do not get paid for an externship when you are in the program for medical assistant. It's not an internship, so they don't pay you on the externship site. When I got hired on, I was offered $13 an hour. So this sucks, you guys. Like, I was under the impression that it was going to be so much more, and I was, but at the same time, you have to understand that you are just going into the field and you don't really have experience to get on your resume, so you take what you can get. Right? Am I right, ladies? Am I right? So I took the job. I really loved it, though. I was really familiar with it. It was where I did my externship site, so I was obviously very comfortable with it, and I liked it. I really loved it there. And then when I got the nephrology job, it was $16 an hour, and that was in Oakland, California. So I think that was the minimum wage at the time, and that was okay. I really liked that. That was good money. But it's just not enough money. But obviously we are studying to be RNs. I know a lot of people are, maybe like a sonographer or anesthesiologist. Like, that's all the things that I've considered, but you know, it's something in the medical field. And the one like key thing that I would give, or like advice that I would give, is if you don't, well, this is in the Bay Area, I've noticed that medical assistant jobs a lot of the times are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So if you're studying, you can't really go to school. So it's really, there's some jobs that are part-time, but a lot of the time they're going to be full-time. They're going to want to hire you on full-time. So my thing now, looking at it, if I would have thought about this better, I would have just became an EMT, because that still looks really good going into becoming an RN, and EMTs offer like all different kinds of hours, because obviously EMTs need to be like round the clock. Obviously if you get a job at a hospital, you can become a medical assistant. In a lot of places I've seen different videos of people doing medical assistant videos, and I've seen like they have different hours, like 12-hour shifts and stuff. I've never seen those near me, and like I said, I live in the Bay Area. So yeah, I think that is everything. I hope you guys like this video. Give this video a big thumbs up if you did. Leave a comment, please. If you have any questions, leave a comment, because I might have left some stuff out of here, honestly. But if you would like to see more videos like this, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see like more videos about like my college experience and like on the road to becoming a registered nurse and nursing and things like that, then leave a comment, please. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.